I often talk to people all the time about retiring early from their 9 to 5. I'm all for it. Believe me, I am all for it. But they're not following the steps or doing the things that they need to do to make this happen. Let's talk about this in this video. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I talk about things that are rich, relatable, and relevant that will help you become the leader that others want to follow. Let's jump right into this one. If you want to retire early, it's 100% possible to do that. But the earlier you start, the better off you will be. You can't just hope and wish that it'll happen. You actually have to follow steps for this to happen. And the first step, the first tip that I can give you to save as much as you possibly can. If you're saving now 5%, try to kick that up to 10%, 15%, 20%. The more money that you put aside now for later on for retirement, you can enjoy your life later on. So it just doesn't happen by saying I want to retire early or I wish to retire early. You actually have to do some things to make this happen, and savings is the first step to doing that. Another thing when it comes to retiring early that should always be top of mind is living within your means. Some people will say live below your means. I'm not one of those. I will say live within your means because I like enjoying life also while I'm saving to enjoy life more fully after I retire. But living within my means means that I'm just saving, I'm investing, I'm spending, and it's all the money that I have coming in is getting used in some bucket one way or the other. So it is within my means. I'm not overspending, I'm not oversaving, and I'm not over investing. It is within my means, but I'm living a good life now as well as in the future. So I'm saving for the future while living now. And that's vitally important if you want to stay on this for the long-term journey. Let's talk a little bit more about living within my means so you can fully understand and be clear on exactly what I mean. And what I mean is that I'm not depriving myself of things now for later. It's bad to deprive yourself because sometimes that's all you focus on is what you don't have. And so I set goals, number one, realistic goals that I can accomplish. I know that the more I save, the better off I'll be in the future. So if I want to retire early, I need to save more. But there are some things that I don't buy because I don't need them. I really don't want them. And so I have to prioritize the things that I'm interested in, the things that I really want to spend my money on, and make that sacrifice to buy now instead of waiting until later. So there are ways that you can actually live for now, be happy now, spend money on the things that you enjoy the most and get the most pleasure from, and then still while saving because you have those goals set, you have a plan set, and you're following your plan. So don't deprive yourself now because it's hard to continue to save. It's hard to continue to invest when you're not getting some of the things that you want now, even though you're saving for the future. I also look for ways to save. Some of my very favorite places that I like to eat, if you eat there enough and take the little membership card in, eventually you will gain enough points and you can have a free meal there. Or on your birthday, sometimes these places will offer you free coffee or free donut or free something that you can eat on your birthday. But there are ways that you can save. Couponing, if you like to cut out coupons for things that you actually buy, not for things that you will go and buy because you have a coupon for it. But there are various ways that you can save without depriving yourself of the things that you really, really want. So take that in consideration, find ways and seek out other ways to save money. Another simple way of saving is making it automatic. If I don't see it, I won't miss it. It comes out of my paycheck. It never has to go into my checking account or my savings account and I have to move it somewhere or write a check or send it somewhere electronically. It just is automatic so I don't miss it after a while. This is very key in order to live within your means and still enjoy life. Do I treat myself occasionally? Absolutely I do. When I need a massage or if I want a piece of chocolate cake, 7-layer chocolate cake, I will go out and treat myself. If I want to eat out every now and then, I'll do that. I'm not going to deprive myself of these pleasures and these things that I like to do simply because I'm saving or investing. And I don't necessarily miss a beat when I do that because I don't do it every week. I may skip a month or two, but it's written into my plans, into my budget that this is what I want to do. I have some money that I can do with whatever I want to do without feeling guilty in the budget. So yes, treat yourself occasionally, especially when you do something real big and you want to reward yourself for it. Treat yourself. If you really want to know the secret to retiring early, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so that you can remain up to date to the latest information as it becomes available to you. And share this one out. This is good information. Now let's jump back into retiring early from your 9-to-5. The next step, what you want to do is maximize your income. Whatever stage you are in your career, make sure you're maximizing your income. What do I mean by this? Making sure that you're getting the very best possible top raises that you can. You don't want to leave money on the table by not doing the things that you need to do to get those raises. So make sure that you understand what you need to do to get the very best, highest raises that you can, and do that. If you have energy, if you have time after work or on the weekends, you can do something with a side hustle to make some extra money. You can always do that, or you can go out and learn a trade and do something with that. But look for other things. If you have a talent, even if you're a musician, if you're a photographer, if you do something and people are in need of that service, you can offer your services and make that extra money. But while you're good and healthy, while you're young, while you're energetic, do the things that's going to maximize your income, and you will gain more money to invest and save as you go along the way. You want to make sure you're investing wisely, and this may mean studying the market, may mean studying some mutual funds, doing some homework to find out where you want to put your money so it can gain the most for you, it can work for you the hardest and make the most money for you. You've worked hard for your money, so you want to make sure it's safe and that it's working for you. So invest wisely, whether it's in a mutual fund, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in ETFs, wherever you want to put it. Make sure the investments are wise. Keep it there, keep it safe, and watch it where it can grow and make you money for the future so you can retire as early as you possibly can. Now, to bring this all together, you have to have a plan in place. And that's something, as you're saving, as you're investing, as you're enjoying life, but not spending too much, make sure you have a plan in place, because you want to stay on goal. You want to stay on task. So you can measure where you are this year, where you are next year, where you were last year, according to the plan, to see if you're staying up on pace of where you need to be. Because you may need to adjust some things to get where it is that you need to be at that particular time. So have that plan in place. Look at the plan. Don't just make a plan and don't look at it until the end of the year. I would look at the plan monthly to make sure I'm up to where I need to be in that plan. I'm tracking just exactly where I need to be. If I'm tracking ahead of time, great. I can retire even earlier if I choose to. You will have choices when you have these plans in place and you follow the plan. And last but not least, stay disciplined. Stay the course. I cannot emphasize this more. You're going to have friends and you're going to have colleagues that go out and buy new cars, new houses, and things like that. And if that is not in your plan, if that's not what you really want to do, stay disciplined. You know, the objects are shiny, and when they drive the car off the lot, basically it's going to lose value, right? And so what you want to do is make sure you stay the course, stay on plan, track where you need to track. Don't get distracted from what other people are doing. You don't need to be like the Joneses. You make your own pathway. You become the Joneses yourself. But stay on your plan and don't let anyone make you deviate or get you distracted from that plan that you have. And once you know the date that you want to step outside of your company, your 9-to-5, to retire. And retirement doesn't necessarily mean that you sitting in a rocking chair and not doing anything else. You may retire to a hobby. You may retire to traveling the world. You may retire to a business. There are various ways that people are retiring these days, especially when they're younger and they get out of the 9-to-5. They can do their own thing, still generate an income and enjoy life. Retirement is mainly about freedom, and that's what you're wanting to purchase for the future. So follow these simple steps that we've talked about and you will get there. You can retire as early as you want to once you have the plan and know the amount of money you need to step outside your job and to have the life that you want to have after you leave that 9-to-5.